Here we have KHV outline express our full support for Neil's candidacy for the position of Vice President of Education. Let me begin by saying that Neil is an incredibly open and outgoing person. She's proven her dedication and enthusiasm for exercising regional things 24 German become outward. German and they have got to know Neil as a partner, Neil, and her last team report has proven that once again. As 20 coordinator, she was already involved in the mandatory educational part of these exchanges. As a PhD, she has found the educational part. Therefore, she has already covered many aspects of the daily program. Neil has shown herself as more competent for the role as VP Edu, and for this reason, I would like to repeat that KPCs please recommend her for this role with an F. Thanks. Thank you. Then I will ask for the clear speech of the school. So, there is say that that's the whole heart of responsibility in positions specific education. Starting weeks ago, to the coordinator, taking the next step in role of building coordinator before making switch to the edge department. So I'm a coordinator. Just excel in a position of without coordinator, showing commitment to public health and education. Having a track record of years in having EPSA, which is going to be in the team, shows that she has developed understanding of EPSA, structure, and needs. Having successfully led public health and social services represents this. Initially herself, having extensive contact with all branches of the team, it's giving her the tools and experience needed to build and exceed her duties as vice president of education. We are truly honored to support the positions. Thank you. Then we'll proceed with the opening speech of Aicha. Aicha, you have 3 minutes. You will do your speech. Next slide. Dear audience, as a film observers, from the moment I practiced my presidency, it became a state where I could continue to grow. I learned the importance of creating different spaces and instant cultivating that environment has become my greatest goal. I want to make sure people feel part of the team. Today, my biggest motivation comes from the direct result of that support. A fantastic training start where team members have a type of shooting. Some we are successfully building an environment that encourages leadership and growth. My tendency is built on tangible results. If there were opportunities for both EPSA and EMSA and many successfully for over 140 participants, I have the hands-on experience this role. As chairperson of the 21st ENP, I have personally secured all of the things from that I can handle the operational side of the education. But I'm already looking ahead. I have re-engaged in active associations like Belgium, had meetings with 10 and already secured 3 events in collaboration with them. My understanding of the educational portfolio extends beyond the training process. We have written articles for the Education Monthly and I engaged in the PAP during the age. And lastly, I am always in contact with the first coordinator for online education. My Wisconsin foundation is satisfying professional experience. Over the past 3 years at my university corporate relations office, I was to organize quite major events, ranging from high-end symposiums and workshops to large-scale conferences. This extensive external background ensures I bring operations in. Forward, I have a very clear vision of what the education department needs. First, cohesion. I noticed a gap in our internal rates this year. To fix this, I will implement on 3 bi-weekly department meetings to ensure all parties align and collaborate. I am also planning to have internal trainings for the department so I can learn how to work together and support others. Second, accessibility. This issue with the lead month empty. I have a background in coding. My work life with the IT for research some of these technical barriers, and in the industry, I will rewrite the code from scratch to ensure the platform actually serves our members. Third, sustainability. I find that the VPN position currently lacks methodology, relying solely on basic and norm guidelines and knowledge of previous ages. I'm going to change this by rapidly methodology and push for development. Essential operation knowledge is preserved for the future. I use technical skills to fix our platforms, to assist experts to manage our account, and the dedication to support our purchases. Thank you. Thank you very much. And for the proposed speech, I will ask CBSA Croatia to their speech. You will have 1 minute.
Yeah, that's everything. We would like to propose Sancha for Vice President of Education. Over the past year, I have closely with her as a member of her trainers board, Chile, and I have personal led education department and also served as a Congress president in my national association, which showed me what exactly this role requires. And what makes Aisha stand out is that leadership comes naturally to her. When things felt unclear, she brought calm and courage, not by being the loudest, but by listening and helping others move forward. She makes people feel heard and included, but that's not all. Aisha takes responsibility, follows through, and turns ideas into valuable outcomes. And that's why I strongly believe Aisha is right for this role. And honestly, EPSA needs a like her. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And I will ask for executive speech of English in Germany. You have 1 minute. DHA, PhD, right? DHA, whatever I would like to add, it's based on personal experience. I had it like when I reached out to her because we were interested in getting involved in training her, she didn't just reply. She didn't just reply with information. Instead, she immediately suggested a meeting. During the meeting, she took the time to really explain everything to me, not only about his work, but also for every boy. There was opportunities for every. And then I'm something like that. When she genuinely wanted to explore for our skill, her leadership skill, as well as the education to inform the future of the ability. Because being my president in education is not only about managing projects, it is also about making knowledge accessible and creating opportunities for personal development. I should ask exactly that. She's proactive, approachable, and engaged. This is why we are honored to support her candidacy. Thank you. Thank you. And with that, I'll open for your questions for the candidates. Do we have any questions? Jim, you point by candidates Netherlands.
Um, I was wondering about organizational issue. The survey released June. How do you obtain the goal in responses and how do you everything from each effort to reduce for backgrounds? Thank you.
Thank you. We will start with Neil. You have 1 minute to the question. Please state your name, contribution by picture. So can you repeat the last part?
Brian, actually, the formal educational review survey will be released soon. How will you obtain the goal of 800 responses and how do you effectively turn these answers into useful guidelines?
So you will have 1 minute to answer the question, but please state your name and then position that you're candidate for this meeting. Me, VP as a candidate. Thank you very much for the question. Formal educational review is a very, very important project of the EPA department that is in collaboration with the EPA department. So right now it's in the stage where we send it to the EPA and get feedback and then it will be released and it will be for 6 months. So it's currently aim to have at least around 100 instance, can do that. This project will become also PR's project, like will be department project that was so in my experience, I worked with the PR department and EA department all of this year. We cooperated and communicated a lot, so I can continue the proactively reach out to them. Critical, maybe coming to you will reach your goal. Thank you very much. Thank you. And we're continuing Agile Improvement Transformation. So we create one code, and we mentioned the part is going to come from our system, and then we will make the feedback, and then we will work with the team. And I'm looking to get all the feedback and also work this through with the guideline and I will get with the guidelines. Thank you. Can we have like one violation for media? Congratulations for Slovenia. So first of all, thank you to both of you for your candidacy. Can you walk us how the weekly education role interacts with RCs in the month before an exam and what could go wrong if that relationship isn't managed well? Thank you. I'm Sophie Taylor. First, I did deadline for the event, then I contact with events coordination, and then we together they come up with the target, and we are trying to understand what to do, the target and see it, and then we try to like goals for the event. First, they are working on the lecture. So, I was the team person working with the another they checked also go to investigation. And for the next topics, they were working on the and then we were working together to create the meetings and also the parent meetings, workshops. It was like this team. Thank you. Thank you. Me, Vivian. Thank you, lecturer, for going over all the process in detail. So as Aisha already went over them, I will just tell you a bit about what it will look like to me. So what I would do as BPA is proactively reach out to them to see how they would like to move on with the educational program because each article for only different visions for different educational programs. So in order to have a great collaboration, we have to know what we have to do before so I will have my painting starting. Then I would have a more frequent painting schedule, one per week. The collaboration and communication is going on and things goes a little bit more effectively. For the image of access, I will try to avoid that at all costs by always being in communication with especially the chairperson and the educational officer. Continue. And we will continue with the new point by Bydgoszcz, Germany. Bydgoszcz, Germany visa. Can you maybe walk us through a concrete situation where a project did not go as planned and how you handled it, maybe step by step, and what the outcome was in the end? Okay. We will start with D and B. Yeah, thank you very much for this question because yes, I have a very concrete example. Select like campaign in this case, but we have to have it in different rooms. So it was in the hotel and a conference room because we try to contact them with BPER very early. However, due to their busy schedule as well, they only reached out to us very late, and then they stated that they had different expectations from what we've been preparing during months now. So we had to act very fast because we have there's also the financial aspect, and we want to have them again next year. So we worked really fast, thanks to my dear VP and the chairperson of this amazing event. And also my big team, my treasurer, and my VP, we worked and we secured the room. Thanks to all of them. Thank you. And you have a Actually, Pierre Kessler, one time after going to have a very good and very big congress at my national association, our host lost her voice in Normandy. And we were stressed, and then she asked if I can take over her role. And I was not ready at all, but I said, okay, I will do it, and I successfully delivered all the places. So, yeah, thank you. Thank you. So we have an evening game as well. Okay.
In the past 9 days, material was made for lead, but now that it is only reserved for internal use only. What's your stance on this claim? Here. Let's see. In the past 9 days, materials were made for lead. Now that it is reserved for internal use only, what's your stance on this claim? Um, in the past 9 days, materials were made for lead. Now that leave is reserved for literal use only, what is your stance on this moving forward?
This is the part of the meeting. So like also urgent, like so actually we are using monitoring only the perfect for the week, especially for the training project. We have a mentoring project for the training project also. And for that one, we prepare the materials specific departmentals. And because there was an exhibition for the week, we do this like we put it to our drives and we share it with the teachers, for example. And during so this is like an exercise and we are not going to be able to like share more things with the others. I will try my best to like maybe use the drives. And if not, like as I said, I will take the lead by project because I know how to. Yeah. Thank you. Like, me, really thank you for this question. I see what we do here at the educational department is very important because we work, and we have, but we need to reach the students as well. So we have many materials, as I mentioned, to trainers, materials, mentoring materials, but we also have materials from partners such as Encoda. So it's really important that we have an output with them if we want to keep our relations with our partners great as well. So what I would suggest is to work with PR to find out a way where we can actively make these materials reach the students of Europe, so that we also have more how to say outreach to those students. Yes, and I'm very passionate of those materials. I hope that you will be able to see them next year as well. Thank you. Thank you. And then we have everybody writing KBC Netherlands. Questions, television, Netherlands. Thank you for your applications. As VP, LEV was also advocate for upward or better education. What if the VPER proposes a new partnership or event that offers significant funding but would drive like promotion, educational sessions that you believe that is scientific or like educational value? How would you handle the conflict between the finances of the organization, that the organization needs, and your responsibility for quality of the absolute education? Thank you. Thank you. We will start with David. Yeah, the candidates. So this is a very, very tricky issue that we might face in the upcoming mandate. Realistic. But I think the key is to start the communication early so we have an idea of what is expected from our partners. And they have an idea of what is expected from them. So I would suggest that we start working with the UPPER very, very early for these partnerships. And also, as a soft skills trainer, I have the necessary negotiation skills to negotiate those very, very important educational outputs. So because of truth, we see sometimes pharmaceutical companies. They just want to sell something to us in those quick results. But what we need to have is something very educational. Yes. Those products, those products that we will see in our daily life in our pharmacies in the coming years. So thank you so much. Thank you. And now I'll continue with Aisha. Aisha with the candidate. As they mentioned, I will try to work prior than expected, because you should work close with the VPs. And if a partner doesn't want to give any educational output or if you like to go in but if he wants to, I will ask them to maybe collaborate and try to be the way. And if it's not possible, then I will ask them to maybe have a 15-minute session, maybe a workshop to engage and find the midway. Thank you. Thank you. Then we have the point where you to go.
In the current executive motion, it's proposed to evaluate the second training coordinator from the educational department. I would like to know both of their opinions on this, and yeah, thank you.
So we'll start with Archie. And um, training project is very big, and it's already part of the team called Trainer Sport. And as the training coordinator, and the coordinator right now, I'm handling everything without any help. I always look for help, but in general, it's not needed. We are self-publishing. So I read the mission about it, and technically now, okay, we will investigate. So, thank you. Thank you. That's all the time is here. Need be educated. On this point, I would like to say that I believe non-formal education cannot be separated from the educational content. So I don't agree on this point. And what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to engage the trainers more and include them in our development a lot more so that they feel as part of the team. Providing this amazing team. And I would like to mention the trainers' work. They are doing amazing. They are really working super hard for it. And of course, as a trainer, I'm so proud. Plus, I'd like to mention the fact that they have a administration member, they have a publications, some social media member. So yes, they're working very hard and aiding the trainer coordinator, especially when workload gets too hard, for example, when it's close to the events. So yes, this thank you. We have new advice, serious information.
Team integration. Maybe alone is before all leadership role. From my experience, some leaders are naturally more project oriented and some more people oriented. Are you a more project or people oriented leader? And how would EPSA benefit from it? Thank you.
Thank you. We will start with Nick. Yes, everyone. I will if we had a candidate thank for this question. But I would like to say that I am work. We do a lot for the students in Europe. So yes, we have to be project oriented in some ways because we have to work, we have to deliver our project. So in this case, I would say that you have to be very coordinated because otherwise you don't have the ability to lead your department. And but if you don't have the ability to follow up on your projects, then that is also a very, very big problem. So I would say that I'm the balance of the things. Thank you. And you, James, mentioned. I'm so the candidates. I'm more people-oriented person, and I can say it's need on like the but to be a project-oriented person, you first need to be a people-oriented person because during the project you're always communicating with the person and the people like person body and the people. So you need to be a person and like you have to prioritize being the people-oriented person and make people feel and see it in work. So I do have my and I completely like it. Here, and continuing this is Slovenia. If you had one conversation with each of your four coordinators on day one of your mandate, what is the one question you would ask each of them specifically? Clarification by name. Did you say question? Yeah. What is the one question you would ask each of them specifically? Can we maybe have some time to think about it? So it wasn't something whenever you're ready. Check. I check the independence. So for tonight, and are they going to like do the this promises, like what they have in mind to cover it. And for the you know the time to already in the
So the question was about coordinators, not departments. Sorry, if I did that. You can think about it.
we can identify to post. So you're doing we're ready, so for the fact coordinator, I will ask my first on the speaking, and then I will so if you don't know, you don't really know so I'm just taking the name of student. So like I was like if you want this and then do you have an idea? And we will want about the others, like how we're doing this like part of the students. And for the training coordinator, I also help because I am the training chain and I don't anything. And for the public health coordinator, your role was teaching how to scale up the project because it's like repetitive, they had some intent to do some in public and company, like I so I would recommend for the online academic to get more public. Yeah, and maybe Maybe one step. As to start with learning, I start with getting to know them. So for the picture for the API class, what is one soft skill that you like building the training of? Because that could be a good gateway into our into the department because if you do the training, it would be really fun. And for if affairs, I would add ready to use a lot of people because we're quick they will have to travel a lot of people. So I was ready to learn accounts because they will be going over hundreds of pages worth of times monthly review. Then also in some kind of country. The private has if they use income, organizing contracts for companies, events, doing this year, that it is really good because it is how to just remain. Thank you. We'll continue with using Turkey.
Thank you both of you for applying and also being in the maintaining for the RCA topic. We are appreciating both of your work. I would like to go to an incident of like the current institution committees like persisting on an educational topic that doesn't align with the EPSA's corporate identity. How would you proceed in an instance like that? Thank you.
We will start with Nick. Thank you. Nick, so, yes, this is again very realistic. It can happen. Well, what we could do is we could have a meeting all together where we talk about the reasoning behind our decision. So why do we think this is against corporate liability and why would you guys think that it should be mentioned that your voices should be heard by the students from Europe? So first I will go over that. Second, something I believe that we can find a way where we can find a common ground because topics that vast sea. There are so many topics and so many things that will integrate our visions so that we can come up with a common vision. Yeah, and yes, thank you so much, Maurice. Very realistic question. And you like to be independent. Let me I totally agree with her, so I will find it doing. But if it's not possible, I understand so maybe like get topic more right because and you can because if you find it then you can have more spaces and like maybe more collective and maybe more like you can find people when maybe you can be kind of thing. Thank you. And we'll continue with
To reward some strategic initiatives for the during annual congress. However, should don't stop its internal projects and continues to run smoothly during this youth event seasons. Thank you.
we will start with action. Someone's wrong with my ideas. What about we get that? Can you repeat the question? Thank you.
So I think the current PPE report admits that some strategic initiatives were put to hold due to the high workload during the annual congress. How will you ensure that the department doesn't just stop its internal projects and continues to run smoothly during this event season? Thank you.
Actually, the end. So I was always being in contact with my coworkers, and I would discuss if they need any help, and I help them like help them from work and like work with that. So yeah, I will even use the university. Maybe the candidate. So yes, generally during events, the other departments work closely together as we have during the CV as well. So what I would suggest is having regular meetings where we talk about like, especially talk about priorities. We prioritize our in time that I think we can schedule our projects so that they can continue working in the background and that we have the time to actually work on the events. So, for example, the training coordinator has it's very valuable TV, so they can enter in in their work, but also trainers and quality. But I was wondering if there are any weaknesses that might influence your work in the education department. And you probably yes, of course. So and I would say that okay, this is going to be very cliche, but I'm a perfectionist. So for example, this is a big problem for me because I analyze others' work and I'm like, we should have done this that's not the at all because we're all individuals, we're all working on our own portfolios and we should respect others' boundaries. This year has helped me a lot because I just worked very closely with PR, where they did all the designs, all the promotions, and I was super impressed with everything. And yeah, I not crossed my boundaries, so I'm very proud of myself. And well, of course, so we can tell them, thank you for the question. So for me, my biggest weakness is really because I always like say yes to all persons that are over to me. And sometimes I find myself at 3 a.m. working still, and then it's usually the time. But in my children's work, we always delegate the roles and like we try to collaborate. Like for example, for the application, I work with Yatia to like prepare the workout online. So I will try my best and I will read the strategic plan and try to prioritize my workouts to not have the my workout experience. Thank you. Thank you. Do we have any point by Mrs. Lobby? Ela, this is Romania. Can you give a specific example of how coordinators within the given department could collaborate to reach your mandate in a way that has not been done before and could make you even reduce the high workload of the given department? Thank you. Can you start with action? Can I do that? Yeah, when you're ready. Can I move on? I turn intended. So for example, time coordinator mentioned that you are having issues with our others to know like how to write and how to engage with other audiences. And they are doing by themselves with their notes, but there are something that are engaging. So for this one, it's training coordinator to make training for the time coordinator, time coordinator is the problem. And for the coordinator, I was asked if she can collaborate with the educational affairs coordinator, so they have like online projects with them about how to do public health program to different campaigns with companies, and also with again the training coordinator, we can also need try to do this, but we can help them to do trainings on how to do campaign. Thank you. The meeting everybody. As items, then my community sports for the come to this situation. And I was thinking about your question. What came up to my mind is again the very virtual of the AC as we are going to see. But what comes to my mind is a systematic approach where we can combine our portfolios together to have this flow of different policies. So what we could do is we could have trainings on public speaking, where we have it on all keys, video participants, right? So that both online and in-line science state participants can participate. And also the public health can be participate so that we can all have a very nice skill outcome while lowering our workload together and work as a department, which could also increase our capacity. So thank you. 9.3 by proposed by PPC, taken by the Oh, sorry. Thank you. I will go over discussion on 9.3. Only close the program of discussion on OSC as information from Turkish Sonia. So, we have a question that's related to small member associations. So, question of the discussion is so that we don't close the discussion on. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Do you want to turn here 9.3? Do we have any points on 9.3? Close the floor for discussion on 9.3. We will proceed with the voting on 9.3. All those in favor, can you raise your cards up high at the same time? Vote yes. Abstentions. With 24 for against one abstention, the 9.3 is carried. We will proceed with the closing speeches. You will have 1 minute to do your closing speech. Dear General Assembly, I am honored to have shared my goals for the next year. I am beyond excited to work towards making formal and informal education more accessible, proving shape not only better professions, but also individuals who contribute to growth realities. I'm especially excited to be part of this amazing team and to work together with my future departments. I hope we can build a culture of lifelong learning together. I would also like to thank my professor, Kate Stephen, and my secondary officer, Norway, for their dedication and leadership. And your representation. I took it. Thank you for your insightful questions and your throughout this lesson. I have shown you that my the education department is responsible for education. I want to oversee projects. I want to build something with the company. His writing methodology for dividing into life into the 16 or 30 security modules. I am ready to do the heavy things so our managers doesn't have to. But beyond the logistics and the platforms, my ultimate goal is to be a reliable bridge and the true support as the tracks when our community is safe, heard, and empowered to the their best. Thank you for EPSA and EPHD. Thank you. And with that, we will proceed with the closed discussions. We are going to ask you to be able with someone. And So we have results with 20 votes for a Nika, 5 for B, Zainab Hydrogen, 0 against, 1 abstention. Serving for Steps General Assembly elects Nathan Karen as EPSA Vice President of Education 2026-2027. Number 11 with the last paper. Point by eight. Thank you, thank you so much for your consideration and I'd like to say that I am very grateful. Thank you. Thank you. And as we always do now. One second to follow the and in Vietnam, not the Nova, and Venezuela, not the Nova, and the baggage not the Nova, is a call. She is a call, it is a half of the Portugal, Portugal here, half of Serbia, and it's enough of the Union, which was the Serbia, it is a Slovakia, which is Slovenia, Spain, and you South Russian. So.